Hello everyone, today I'll be unboxing HIMI Gouache and this set of paintbrushes also from HIMI. In this video, I won't be reviewing the gouache because I think I'm not in the position to review gouache paints. I'm not an expert and I've only used Reeves gouache before. So instead of reviewing this paint, I'm just going to share my story of when I started painting. I started painting seriously back in college because we were required. During our first year, we didn't use Photoshop or Illustrator in making our plates for our major subjects. To learn the basics of design, we also started using the basics, which is, of course, paint. We painted our plates instead of using softwares. It was quite a challenge for me because I never took art seriously, and I never painted seriously before. When I was making my first few plates, of course, I didn't take it seriously like I said, because I think I still have a hangover of my high school days. Like, I just want to be done with everything, so I'm half-assing everything. When you're surrounded by really talented people, you get really pressured and start to question if you're really meant to be there. In college, we had this bulletin board where the best plates are displayed. I noticed that the plates displayed are always from the same set of people. So I decided to up my game because I don't want to be left out. I also want my plate to be displayed and be noticed by our professors. After that realization, I started doing my best. I also started studying even for my minor subjects. It hit me that I was already in college and that I need to take it seriously because all these people do. Finally, one of my plates got displayed on the bulletin board, and I'm also getting good grades for my other plates. So that was my first experience in painting, although that was not like those real serious painting, because a few semesters after, we had this class called painting, which is the serious painting class, like really serious. We even made our own canvas board for our paintings. Of course, the medium was acrylic because we're painting on canvas. It was a hard learning curve for me because acrylic is a different medium to control, and you have to be fast in mixing colors because it dries out pretty quick. It was really hard because it was worlds apart different from the poster paints that I was used to. I had a bad grade in that class, and that also made me feel really bad. So after that school year, during summer, I started painting using watercolor, and I fell in love with it. Like, I finally met my match. I painted a lot during that summer, and also during that time, watercolor was the thing on Instagram, and calligraphy. So I was following a lot of watercolor artists, and that got me really inspired. Because of watercolor, I fell in love with painting. I didn't find it difficult, and I just really took my time with my strokes and played around with different watercolor effects and techniques. After a few years though, I had to stop painting because I need to focus on my digital illustration portfolio. Because I was an animation major, so I had to have a good amount of animation and digital illustration in my portfolio. So I set aside my paints and started drawing digitally. After thesis, internship, and graduation, of course I had more time to do other things and went back to painting again. This time I tried gouache because I wanted a medium that is like poster paint and watercolor combined. Also because I got used to drawing digitally, I wanted the colors to be bolder and brighter, like the ones you see on the screen. I also noticed that when you draw digitally, it has the same technique when you're painting on gouache, like the layering, all that stuff, and the mixing of colors, personally for me. So I also fell in love with gouache, but then again, adulting happened and I had to stop painting again because I had my first real job. During the span of 3 years being employed, I still do occasionally paint, but not as much as I used to. But right now, on the present day, I recently left my job because of the pandemic and other things. So now I have all the free time in the world to explore different things and to do the things that I love, which is drawing, painting, playing games. And I'm painting again after a long time. This is the first time I'm painting seriously after I quit my job last October. So please forgive me if it's not perfect. Anyway, painting for me is like a cycle or a pattern that I always go back to. It's like an old friend that you catch up with once in a while. For me, when I touch my brushes, it feels familiar, yet different every single time. Maybe because I have a different painting face for every literal phases of my life. Like I'm a different person the last time I held the brush and painted my heart out. It has always been with me, and it feels new and exciting every time. Anyway, I hope you like this painting. And again, forgive me if it's not perfect because I'm quite rusty. If you've also started painting again, or if you plan to paint in the future, I hope you'll always appreciate your progress. Here are some reminders. Number 1, no one is an expert the day they were born. Number 2, don't beat yourself up for your mistakes. Instead, learn from them.